Today we're going to talk a little bit about how important it is to learn all the notes along the fretboard, and how important it is for when your improvisation is necessary over a particular progression. And I'm going to show you how to make every note sound perfect. I see a lot of videos out there that say, oh, you just have to learn shapes and you'll be well on your way to improvisation, which is partially true. You do have to learn shapes. We all have to learn our major scales. We all have to learn our pentatonic scales. But that is not the only thing you can rely on when you're improvising over a progression. Basically, in two types of improvisation that I've come across is either you're improvising in blues or you're improvising in major. So it's kind of like apples and oranges. You have to come from a place whether I'm in minor or I'm in major. So first of all, you have to define what the progression is that you're improvising over. Is it minor, is it blues, or is it major? So you kind of have to come from a place of what you're going to approach the actual progression with. And this particular case, what we're going to be talking about today is in major. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the key of G major. Now, each progression that we have usually revolves around what's called a 1-4-5 progression. And in the key of G, that is G, C, and D. Now, the second most common progression is a 1-6-4-5. And in the key of G, that's going to be G, E minor, and the sixth chord is always minor. And then, of course, we have C major and D major. So yes, it is essential to learn all the shapes that you need to have in G major, but you also need to have the notes mapped out along the whole fretboard. And I go through this with all my students. And we're going to go through a little simple pattern here where I can get you started, and then it's up to you to apply this method and this simple approach to take to learn all the notes along the fretboard. All right, let's get into it. So there is a simple systematic approach to learning all the notes along the fretboard. Or you can get a chart with the neck on it, a picture with the neck on it, and it has all the notes laid out on that picture. Or you can go about this method, which I do with all my students. And what you want to do is just for the first week in learning all the notes along the fretboard is map out where all the A's are. Okay, so I'm going to go through each A with you. So there's going to be basically one A on each string. And we're just going to map it up until the 12th fret. So on the 6th string, you're going to have the A on the 5th fret. Okay. Then on the 5th string, you're actually going to have two A's on this one because it's open A, 5th string, and then it's on the 12th fret as well. All right. And then on the 4th string, it's going to be on the 7th fret. Okay. Then on the 3rd string, it's going to be on the 2nd fret. And then on the 2nd string, it's going to be on the 10th fret. And on the 1st string, just like the 6th string, they're both E's, it's going to be on the 5th fret. Okay, so 6th string, 5th fret, 5th string, open, 12th fret, 4th string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then 2nd string, 10th fret, and then 1st string, 5th fret as well. So that's where all your A's are. And once you have the A's mapped out, that is going to be your anchor to learning all the rest of the notes. So what you want to do is just take 1 week and map out those A's and associate them with the dots and everything. You know, 5th fret, 6th string, you have usually your 2nd dot, that type of thing, right? So make sure you associate the dots. So map out all the A's for 1 week, then you want to go to the B's. So the B's are always a whole step or 2 frets up from wherever your A's are. So once you have your A's mapped out, you just go up 2 frets from every A and you have a B. So on the 6th string, your B is going to be on the 7th fret. Okay, on the 5th string, your B is going to be on the 2nd fret. And then on the 4th string, your B is going to be on the 9th fret. Then on the 3rd string, the G string, your B is going to be on the 4th fret. Then on the 2nd string, you're going to have 2 because it's a B, so the B is open, and also you have it on the 12th fret. And just like the 6th string, 7th fret, because that's an E string, it's going to be on the 1st string, 7th fret as well. Okay, so you take the A's one week, you take the B's another week, then the week after that you go to the C's. So wherever there's a B on the fretboard, you're going to have a C 1 fret up or a half step above it. So if the B's on the 7th fret of that 6th string, the C is going to be on the 8th fret. Okay, then on the 5th string, you're going to have a C on the 3rd fret. Then on the 4th string, you're going to have a C on the 10th fret. Then on the 3rd string, you're going to have a C on the 5th fret. Okay, then on the 2nd string, you're going to have a C on the 1st fret. And then on the 1st string, just like the 6th string, again, you're going to have a C on the 8th fret. Okay, so the C's again, 8th fret on the 6th string, 3rd fret on the 5th string, 10th fret on the 4th string, 5th fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret of the 2nd string, and 8th fret of the 1st string. And then once you take that over a week, then you go to the D's. So we're going to go through the D's now. So the D on the 6th string is always 2 frets above or a whole step wherever a C is. So the C was on the 8th fret of the 6th string. Now the D is going to be on the 10th fret of the 6th string. Okay. Then the D is going to be on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Then you have a D string open, 4th string open, and then of course you have the 12th fret. Then you have the 3rd string, 7th fret of the D. Then the 2nd string, it's going to be on the 3rd fret because our C was on the 1st fret, so just a whole step up, there's your D. And on the 1st string, it's going to be on the 10th fret. Okay, now our E's are going to be 2 frets above wherever those D's are. So the E on the 6th string is going to be open because it's an E string, and then we're also going to do an E on the 12th fret. Then on the 5th string, it's going to be 7th fret because our D was on the 5th fret, so our E is on the 7th fret. So it's just a whole step up from wherever your D's are. Then the D was open on the 4th string, so a whole step up from that is going to be 2nd fret on the 4th string. Then your E on the 3rd string is going to be 9th fret, and then your E on the 2nd string is 5th fret, and then of course the 1st string's open E, just like that 6th string, so again you got open and then you got 12th fret. Okay, so now after you got the E's, the F's are only 1 fret apart from the E's. So 6th string, you got an F on the 1st fret. Okay. 5th string, you got an F on the 8th fret because our E was on the 7th fret, so just 1 fret up from wherever your E's are. Then on the 4th string, your E is going to be on the 3rd fret. Then on the 3rd string, your F is going to be on the 3rd fret, and then on your 3rd string, your F is going to be on the 10th fret. And then your 2nd string, your F is going to be on the 6th fret. And then on the 1st string, it's going to be on the 1st fret. Okay. So again, let's do those again. So F on the 1st fret, 6th string. F on the 8th fret, 5th string. F on the 4th string, 3rd fret. F on the 10th fret, 3rd string. F on the 2nd string, 6th fret, and then F on the 1st string, 1st fret. Okay, and then we only have one more to go. So when I'm doing this process with everyone, just learn all the notes that are in the alphabet, and the musical alphabet only goes up to G, A, B, C, D, F, G, and of course there's sharps in between a few of these notes, but once you have all the notes just in the alphabet basically mapped out, then all the sharps will fall into place because they're just in between those, right? So we're going to do the G's now, the last one. So 1 week do the A's, 1 week do the C's, the B's, the next week do the C's, next week do the D's, week after that, E's, week after that, Fs, and then the final week you're going to do the Gs. And by the 7th week, you'll have all the notes mapped out on the fretboard. So let's get to the Gs. So on the 6th string, you have a G on the 3rd fret. Okay, then on the 5th string, you have a G on the 10th fret. Then on the 4th string, you have a G on the 5th fret. Then on the 3rd string, you have G open. So that's the G string open, and of course you got 12th fret here. Okay. Then on the 2nd string, you have a G on the 8th fret. And then on the 1st string, you have a G on the 3rd fret as well, just like the 6th string. Okay, so it's very important to map out the notes along the fretboard, and it's just infinite amount of reasons why. You know, for one, playing your bar chords. So as long as you know where your first finger is on with the root on the 6th string, that's an A major. You know, sorry, G major, 3rd fret, A major, 5th fret, B major. And that's because your first finger is the root of the chord. And then we go to the 5th string, your C major is on the 3rd fret. That's your bar chord, your movable bar chord with the root on the 5th string. You move it up to the 5th fret, you have D major, because that's where your root is. It's just one shape. So that's just one essential reason why. And again, when you're improvising, knowing we're going to go back to what I was talking about at the very beginning. You have a progression and you have a G major chord, okay, then you have an E minor, then you have a C chord, and that's your 4 chord, and then that's your 5 chord, the D. So G is 1, E minor, okay, is your 6 chord, C is your 4 chord, and then D is your 5 chord. So there's what's called, and we'll get into this in another lesson, but there's what's called a triad, the root, 3rd, and 5th in each of those chords. And if you know the note names of each of those chords and you have all your notes mapped out along the fretboard, it's very easy to pick out the notes and make your improvisation sound good. And that's another reason why it's so important to have all the notes mapped out for improvisation. So it's okay to play all your scales, you know, and have the shapes mapped out, but that's also another thing to, you know, say you have a G chord, you know, to have all your notes kind of mapped out in that particular chord along the fretboard. So I hope that helps, and we'll get into more improvisation tools in the near future. So thank you for checking out this video, and I hope it helps with learning the map and mapping the notes out along the fretboard. When it comes to improvisation or just your overall playing, more understanding makes you sound way better. So keep practicing, keep learning the notes, and I'll keep posting more videos. Please like and comment and subscribe to this channel, and I will keep posting more videos for your enjoyment. Happy playing. Cheers.